Good afternoon and welcome to CKLS Tuesdays with CKLS. It is April 15th, 2025, and today we're going to talk about email newsletters using two formats, LibraryAware and Canva. Our instructor will be Ashley Hernandez, and this is her first time going through all of this with us. So, we're going to be the kindest and most gracious audience for her today. Ashley, are you the kind that wants to be interrupted with questions, or do you want to wait till the end?
You can interrupt me.
Okay, so she's getting her screen shared and getting things ready. The basic, most important thing you need to know about email newsletters is you have to have a quality patron base of emails. So now would be the time before you start to look on this as a project to go through and have your patrons confirm their email address for you so you know that you're sending it to the right place. And some may choose to opt out, so that's a good time to find that out. So I'm going to turn the controls over to Ashley now and let her do her magic.
Okay, so like Patty said, this is my first time, so bear with me. Um, I don't know if
Yeah,
we should
I think
start with
so.
Library Aware or with Canva. Um, we'll start with Library Aware. So first I wanted to point out that there are a lot of really good guides in Library Aware and like tutorials, I guess, on there. So if you go to their help page, there's a lot of training. And so we're going to look at creating EBlasts. And here they give you all the information on how to do all the things with screenshots, which are nice because it shows you exactly what you need to be doing. And I also want to point out when you use this chat button here at the very bottom of the screen, it connects you to a real person. It's not just a robot or something. It's a real person that answers you right away and they get your questions answered. Okay, so we're gonna start with, once you get logged in, we always want to make sure we go to folders. And you always need to go find your folder first. So I am going to be working in, this is the folder I'm going to work in right now. And once you're here in your folder for your library, you'll go to create item. And here it'll show you all the different formats you can use. So we're going to do EBlasts. And that's what LibraryAware calls, what are we calling them? Email newsletters. They're EBlasts. That's what LibraryAware calls them. So here you'll find a lot of templates to use, and you can even search to get more specific. So if I'm looking for, so new books, to update emails, it would be best to catch your patrons that are coming into the library and update them that way. I'll show you at the end how we're going to get your email list, and it'll pretty much just be everyone. And once you start sending things out, then they'll be able to opt out and say they don't want to do it. That's how you'll get started with yours. But there's some pretty simple ones. These are simple. And then if we want to have like pictures and links to the new books. So I'm going to go back to mine because I already started working on one. This was a different one. Okay, so I want to find one that has the actual books to click on. So, okay, I like this one, but I want a summer one. We'll do that one anyway. Okay, so you just need to click on it. And then you can change this. Obviously, we'll change it to springtime, and then you can change this. You can move it, you can delete it. Just put the little trash can up here. I know we all know how to use this, right? Some of us. And oh no. Well, okay, the ones I was practicing on already had it on there. But, well, like I said, bear with me. I need to find the one that I was actually working on.
It's okay. While you search a little bit, um, you um, she's doing her search and she's pulling up an eBlast for you, and we know some of you your skills on LibraryAware may need to be updated. Don't hesitate to call CKLS and we'll find a trainer to come out and help you. And if you haven't used LibraryAware before, please take advantage of this wonderful resource. CKLS is currently paying for this resource for all of our members, and this is a good way to have things all in one place for you to keep your flyers and your publicity information. So there we go. She found one that she can replace titles in now.
Okay. So you see how this screen is different. Now we have all of these options over here. It looks like a lot, but it's not. What I want you to see is that it did replace it with your library's logo. And at the very bottom, your library's information is also there, which is what I like about LibraryAware is that everything's automatically plugged into there. And it just has these as like a placeholder. And so I'm going to click on this one. And I have some books here that are new that I want to add. So I just clicked on it. I am going to go to browse. And I want to search by ISBN because that'll be the easiest thing. And I'm just going to scan the ISBN and it's right there. And I'm going to select it. So I did that one and I want to make sure it works, right? So I'm going to this little device preview. And so this is what it'll look like when someone looks at it on a computer, on a tablet, and on a phone. So the phone is the one that changes a lot, but I like it because you can actually see like a cool looking phone. But see, if they click on the one that I just put in, it's going to take you to the catalog and they can just place a hold right there. And that's what we love about LibraryAware. You didn't have to go in and find it and copy and paste it. All you had to do is search it and everything is connected. So that is
And you'll
why we
see
love
that she was able to scan that ISBN and it already found it. She didn't have to type in all 13 digits. She was able to scan it. So you'll notice that that one, the size of the book, the shape of the book leaves her row a little bit wonky. Is there anything you can do to fix something like that?
Yes. So you will, well, I believe it's under appearance. And then you can change the sizing and everything here. And say you only want to highlight 3 books, you don't have, however many books are on this screen. You just click here and we're going to throw that away because we don't need that one. And we don't need this one either. So we're going to get rid of that one. And the nice thing, and it really does talk to it right away. So Joy put this book in this morning. It's not like it takes it 24 hours or it takes it a long time to get it added. It is automatically on there. And so when your patron goes there, see it says click on a book, and then they'll click on it. And so here it says ask a librarian. So here is where you can type in, or you'll put in your website, and then it'll take them there. So we're gonna do CKLS, and then I'll go to the preview just to make sure it's all working. Ask now. There we go.
So does that mean that you can link to all those social medias down at the bottom? Can you take those out too?
Yes. Yes. So if you just need to click on it and it brings it up for you. And so say we don't have Instagram, we're going to take it away. We don't have TikTok, we don't have X, and then you can just type it in there. And if you need more, you can put different ones in there.
Very cool. We have a question. With most people checking info from their phone, should we template it more for that platform?
I would. I mean, this is the screen you're going to look at, but I always like to go in and look at what they're going to look at. So that's the really nice thing about how this works, is that you can just scroll exactly the way that they would scroll. So, and that's also why I didn't want to do, we didn't want to do 15 books, because when they're scrolling on a phone, it has it to just one book per line. And that's a lot of scrolling if they, want to look at all of them.
Yeah, I know when I read, I usually do it on my phone, sometimes on tablet, and sometimes on a big computer, but it's when it's just for pleasure, it's either on the phone, on an actual book, or audio, or I'm listening to it. So that's really nice.
Yeah. And so most of these EBlast people will be seeing them on their phones. So that's what I would look at. Make sure you look at while you're editing. I would at least look at it before you get too far in there, because if you get too far in there, then you're going to be like, well, now I have to fix everything. But everything can be edited. So see here, you can change the color. You can change the font here. If you don't like this picture, you can change it to another picture. So that's how we would add books to it. But you can also, oh, well, okay, so I'll show you. We're going to save it. And once we save it, we are going to send it, right? We want to send our EBlast. So if to get your list, all you have to do is email me, and I will get the list from your Pathfinder. So the people that are in your in Pathfinder, in Koha, all of your people that have emails on their accounts, I will get it from your library, and I will make a list for you. And all you'll have to do is click send email. And so this, you can either put it in the future or you can send it immediately. So you can schedule them. So you'll do your subject, return address, so you'll put yours. And then this is where you will find your group. And so just like Facebook, we need to make sure we're selecting the right group, because we don't want to be advertising to everyone else in the system. But yes, make sure you select your group. And then if you also want to add a few other people that aren't in your group, this is where you would put them. But you might also want to send it to yourself so you can look at it before you send it to everyone else. So that's where you can click send test email. And this is where you would just send it to yourself. You type everything in exactly as you want it for them so that you can actually see it yourself. And so I'm just going to send this to myself. And once I get that, I can view it on all my different devices to make sure it looks the way that I want it to. And I would test all of your links on there too, just to be safe. But that is like a super simple way to send it all. Oh, and Gail also wanted me to point out, don't touch this newsletter button. That is not what we're doing, even though we did say it was an email newsletter. Don't touch the newsletter button. We call them EBlasts. So another thing you can use these for is to advertise your programs. So some good examples are the CKLS School Consultant folder. And I'll just click on this one. So this was made in 2022. And see here you can advertise all of the events you have going on. Along with links and everything too. And this is a good and easy way to have your patrons register for events. So you don't have to have them go to a bunch of different links. All you have to do is have them click on it and then it takes them there.
Okay, we do have a question on what the difference is between newsletters and e-blasts.
I think it's more of the terms of what LibraryAware uses. An email newsletter is what LibraryAware calls eBlasts. So I'm going to show you on Canva here in a little bit. They call it an email newsletter, but LibraryAware calls it eBlasts. So it's the same thing. And there are a lot of good templates on here. I was playing around with this one. You could use it to advertise your summer program coming up. And they even have them based on the theme. So a lot of people change their hours. It separates kids events, teen events. And I haven't done anything here. I think all I did was change this picture because I liked the crayons. And that is super easy to do. You just click on it and you can crop it, you can move it, or you can change the picture altogether. And these are the buttons you can change to take you to the link that you want them to sign up using.
The
So
basic,
I would
if you
go
click
ahead.
on it, you can change it.
Yes. So LibraryAware is really user-friendly as far as you can just click on it and it'll automatically bring up how to edit it. And you can even change the button. So you say, click here, or whatever wording you want to use. And this is where you change the text style, the font, the color. Yeah, you can change all of that. But yeah, that is where you would set your link here. And it'll take them directly to it once they click on it. And it's nice because they don't have to click on just the words. They can just click out here like it's an actual button.
Ashley,
Yes.
Missy, where did you find the picture, the crayon picture?
Oh, okay. So I went to content. Takes it a minute, but so you go to content under blocks. That is where all of the things that you can add. So I can drag it and drop it. I want to add a picture here. And this is where you can search, and I think I just search crayons or maybe colors. And you do have to be patient because it's very powerful. So there's a lot for it to search through. But yeah, I just chose one that I think it's this one. And you can preview. That just makes it bigger. And there, now it's added in there. So this little blocks is where you would add, say you want to add another button, those little social media buttons. This is where you add all of your items in there, all of your blocks that you add to your text. That's why they call it blocks.
And so if you're doing a preview and your stuff isn't showing up, should you save first?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it did the preview of what was there or just what was saved.
No, it does it of what's just there, but it's best to always save because it doesn't automatically save, kind of like our Google Drive, Google Docs, those automatically save. This is not like that. So I would save it every 10 minutes or so in case you do lose power or something. It's always best to just save it. And like I said before, this is where you would add your books, and then all your information is just added there automatically because it's LibraryAware. But there are these long ones, and there's also short ones that you can use to just advertise one event that you have going on.
So if you're starting up summer library program and you're getting registration, you could send out an e-blast for people to register. Or if you need them to register for an event because you only have like 15 seats, you could send that out. Yeah, I like that.
So you can just search summer program and select eBlast, and it brings up all of these cool things, and you can preview. And that one's a cool one that itself, it counts down. Yeah, so there's a lot of short ones for just one event, or there's long ones where you can do like a newsletter style one with multiple events and information.
In order to determine who you might be sending things to at the beginning, you'll probably be sending the blast to everybody, but then as time goes on, you may want to determine who your family audience is for a particular event or kind of event, or who your senior audience is or whatever. And so within your email address book, you may have different groups that you're building. So general information about the library, say you're doing a fundraiser, or there's a meeting about the new carpet going in the library, or there's a special a meeting of the library trustees, or they're looking for new trustees. Those would be general things, but you can choose from your email list and maybe make, this might be a family list and it goes, and this one might be for your adult crafters or whatever. So you do have that ability. You don't have to automatically send it to your entire list because you don't want them so overwhelmed that they say, no, take me off the list.
Yes, that is a good point. And it's easy for them to remove themselves from the list. So if that's one of your worries of they're going to be mad. So here's the test one I sent myself a little bit ago. If you scroll down, all you have to do is click unsubscribe from list. So it's a one click and they're done. They're not going to see your emails anymore. So that's also a good thing if you are going to start this, to start just mentioning it to your patrons. You might be getting updates through your email about these cool events we have going on. And that way you don't miss one of those events that is so awesome. You want to make sure that they know that they're getting all the information. But for those ones that say, well, what if I don't want that? You just scroll to the bottom and click unregister. So
And since Ashley explained how easy that was, keep in mind that if your email box is filled up with stuff that you don't want, you can look on those, anything that looks like an ad, look at the bottom, find, it might say manage your subscriptions, it might say unsubscribe now, and then it might go to another page that says unsubscribe all, and then it might go to another page that says, please, why are you going? But if it is no longer useful to you, and if you inherited the email address, don't keep that junk in your email box. It's taking precious time. And remember, every time you're spending time clicking, it's dollars that are clicking away. So, and if you don't know how to do that, Liz and I can come and help you. I can more show you because I am guilty of it with my own email address, but I'm very good about showing others.
So on that topic, we also want to make sure our emails are nice to look at, because no one wants to just read a paragraph that someone sent them in regular font of These are cool programs, but they can't see anything. There's no pictures. So this is why we want you to get into doing this, because this is really nice to look at. It makes me want to put a hold on these books rather than just seeing a title with no description, no picture. And the reason we're also saying this is because, yes, everyone has Facebook and you share on Facebook, but we can't control the algorithm. So you probably aren't reaching all of your patrons or everyone that you want to reach. More than likely, you're not. So that's why with this, not everyone, but a lot of people have their phones on them. So yes, they'll get the notification and they'll actually see it.
So can you upload your own pictures?
Yes. I will get into one of these and
So if you upload your own pictures, are they available to every library?
I believe it's just for your own.
With LibraryAware, when you throw something out there into the image file, if the library down the road knows how to search it, so if you type in Patty Tot JPG, you're gonna find a picture of me dressed in a Laura Ingalls Wilder dress because LibraryAware shares everything, and if you know how to search it, it will show. So make sure you delete those pictures of your children that you might use in something. Make sure those get deleted so they're not out there on this site that anybody can find.
Okay, so what I did is I went to the blocks, that menu again, and I did a drag and drop. And so it's here. I'm going to click on it. And here we have the upload image. And that's where you can drag and drop your images here or upload them as normal as you would.
I have got to say, I really like the timer, the countdown timer.
That is a cool idea. I like that.
It's like, oh man, I'm gonna miss it. No.
Yeah.
And these are the graphics that LibraryAware has chosen that meets the Color Your World. And you notice they call it Summer at the Library. Sometimes they call it Summer Library, but very rarely do they use the term summer reading. And if you'll look at the two prior examples on that page, they're going to show what they did for the last 2 years. So the one with the trees is adventure. But you see, look, all the created bingo cards and the chart marking for you. So if you don't like the artwork with CSLP, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong, you do have another option here. But remember, color your world, color our world. Is it your or our? I don't know. Our. It's color our. Is owned by CSLP at least until September.
Here's another countdown one. But yeah, there's so many interesting things on here. And this is just searching in general. So if you want to specify what you're going to use it for, so events. There you go. Bingo.
Hey, Ashley, what's that gray box on some of those?
The gray box at the bottom. That is just a placeholder. That is where all of your information, your library's information will go. So your logo, your phone number, it'll automatically be plugged in there once you open it.
Why would your logo and your phone number and your address need to be on a flyer, Miss Patty?
Well, now that you ask me, that is one of the essential pieces of your summer library program, standard number 5. You do have to have your library information on your flyer. So this is a convenient way. We call this your branding. That's what that box is called, is your branding box. If your information has not been uploaded to LibraryAware, contact Ashley. And you can include a picture rather than we have the CKLS logo on there, but you can include a picture. And if you can see her scrolling over to the left, there's a picture of the Agra Library now. That's what they chose as their logo. But if you don't have an official logo, you can draw something up or choose a picture or something. And if you ever get tired of it, just contact Ashley and we'll make it new again.
Yep.
And if you've picked a logo or something, send it to Ashley and she'll get it uploaded. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
But this does the work for you. So I always gave the example, Glasgow, Delphus, Minneapolis are all 9 miles apart in this little triangle. And if you have a flyer hanging on the fridge and you go to Glasgow at 10 o'clock on Tuesday, but you're supposed to be in Delphus, moms are using more than one library for story time, and they're going multiple places if they have that availability. So you want to make sure your name is out there because you want to get credit for that program and make sure people come and know where you are.
One of the common things in marketing is you want your brand to pretty much be at the same location on every flyer so that when people just glance at the flyer, they automatically know that that's the library flyer. And they learn that over time. And you'll notice it is in the same position. It's at the bottom for each of these items. And so that's how they'll start to realize and recognize your library brand or your image that you've put on there along with your information.
That's all I have for LibraryAware. Does anyone have any questions before we move to Canva?
Okay, Ashley, show us the next part of the magic.
Okay. So here you're going to see just how amazing LibraryAware is because Canva does not do as many things and it doesn't integrate to our system like LibraryAware does. So Canva does have a cool, they call it design school, where they give you tutorials and they show you how to use things. This is the main page. There's a Canva Essentials, which kind of breaks it down from brand new user. And it's pretty cool because they have videos and then they give you a quiz and then you get a certificate. So it is like a school, and it kind of walks you through everything. However, their help desk is not, I guess, doesn't compare to LibraryAware. You do get to talk to the bots, and I don't know if you get to talk to a person, but it's there. So when you first open Canva, you're going to want to create an account, using your work email. They might ask you if you want to do, the upgraded plan, but we're going to do everything using the free because they do have a free option. So we're going to go to create design. And so here they call it email newsletter. And we can type in email newsletter. And those are the different formats they have. These two are the same. But if you don't want to use one of those templates, you can just create a custom size, which is here. And then you just type in the format you want or the size. So once you're here, all your templates are on this side. But like I said, this isn't library based. This is more, a lot of marketing people use Canva. So we can try typing in library newsletter. I mean, there's some options in there. Oh, that is one thing I do want to mention. When you are on the free, you got to watch out for these little tiny crowns that are on the side. That is what the pro features are. So most of these, yeah, that's for pro. Here, this one is a free one. And so it's really user-friendly too. You can click on things, you can edit it. But there are a few more steps to doing things on here. So if you want to, like we did in LibraryAware, change this to the cover of a book. it doesn't talk to Pathfinder, so we need to change that out and put a book in there. So we are going to go to uploads, and then you'll have to upload a file. So before you do this, you're going to have to go to your catalog, save the picture, save the cover of your book, and then save where it is in here. So I'm going to scan it here. Okay, so then I would have to save this picture. And then, so this is the website I want to link it to. So I want to add it here. And now I'm going to, well, if it's here. Okay, no. Well, I didn't save a picture. See, we love LibraryAware. I don't know if it'll let me save it. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we upload file. Okay, there we go. And now it's here, and I can drag it here. But now we have the picture, and now we need to link it to the catalog. Which, well, oh, okay. So the link is here on the 3 dots, and then we're going to click link. And that's where we're going to paste the link. So now it's on there. But do you notice how LibraryAware it was? I scanned it in, I clicked it, and it's there. And now Canva, I had to do about 5 different things. Yeah. Yeah.
And one's not better than the other.
No.
But in terms of, LibraryWare is library intentional and library created, but it is costing money. It's that, again, prepaid with your tax dollars words that we use a lot, because you don't see the cost. But if you want to move up through Canva because you like what it does better, you can pay for that, but you're still not going to get this one-click service because it doesn't talk to a library catalog.
And you know what you can also do is if you love creating on Canva, because I used to love Canva, I would use Canva every day. If you love using Canva, you can, create your document without inserting all these pictures. You can just create the actual background and everything, and then you can download it. If you're on the free version, I would probably just download for PDF. Once you have the paid version, then you can download better images, but you can download it, and then you can go to LibraryAware and upload it there, and then add the easy links on there if you want to use both of them. Because I know Canva is really user-friendly and it has some cool features, yes, but it's not library based.
Well, and you see, Canva doesn't look all the same just when she flew through those templates fairly fast. They're all very different. And LibraryAware, because it is created for a specific market, and many of them look the same because they're not uploading all of the graphics. So you can see here that using this as the base and then overlaying all of the pretty links over the top that do make the ease of using LibraryAware there. So she did give you an option, and I have to tell you honestly, when I first did that with Publisher, the former digital services person said, quit doing that because LibraryAware does it for you. And I'm like, but I like this better. But frankly, I liked it better because I knew how to use it better.
Yeah, I remember when I was working for Great Bend, and that's when we first got LibraryAware, and I was using Publisher. I was like, I can do this so fast on Publisher, and it's going to take me way longer to figure out how to do it on LibraryAware. But when I finally realized all of the benefits, as far as it just talks to the catalog, I just started using just LibraryAware.
I like Canva too, in that like you can insert videos of yourself or record and insert it in there. I'm pretty sure there's a way to do that on LibraryAware, or is there not?
Yeah, they do have a video
Okay,
button now.
Video.
so see, yeah. And then you don't have to shuffle through all the free stuff. Like, I like Canva. I use Canva mainly for a ton of my school projects. Like, all my presentations, this is what I used. But for work, yeah, LibraryAware. Plus, you
Yeah.
have to make your own branding and
Yes.
squeeze it in.
So that's what I'm showing now is what I did is I uploaded our branding here. So it's always here. But I need to fit it in where I want it to be. And then I'm still going to have to type in how LibraryAware had our address and our hours and our phone number. But I guess the cool thing about adding this in there is that now this, maybe if I can find it. That's another thing about Canva is that they change it really, really often. I was watching a video about how to do things on here, and they had created it, I think, 3 days before, and they had already moved things around. Like this whole side was on here. So that's one thing about LibraryAware is that they don't move stuff around a lot. It's pretty simple, and once you know how to do it, you'll know how to do it. And well, once you're done here, there's a lot of other steps that you need to follow to actually get this out to your patrons. So Canva does not have a built-in EBlast group or anything. All you would do is save it, and you would need to copy and paste those emails into your email and send it directly from your email. So while it is possible, if you're set on using Canva, I would just recommend starting here and then finishing up in LibraryAware.
And I don't know if NCKCN actually has like a groupings that you can put all your contacts into for like your emails and stuff like that. Does anyone know? Anyone who uses it know?
As far as getting everyone's emails, there's a report I'll run, and it'll just give you all the emails, and I can send you that list of all of your
Okay.
emails in the format you need it. So LibraryAware likes email, first name, last name, because then again, the emails they send out will have that customization with the names. So that's nice too. So just reach out to me if you want to get your email list, and so you can start sending EBlasts. I think that's all I have.
Thank you, Ashley. You have given us a lot to think about. And we appreciate your candor by saying this part is challenging. This part was very easy to do or easy to learn. And we know you all do not have we don't all have all the time in the world. And so she's given you a rough overview. CKLS is here to help you learn how to do these things, but sometimes it just seems like a lot, and you have to figure out what your easy buttons are. And so don't get caught in the weeds. Start small. But your first step is going to be, if you're actually going to do this, is reaching out to Ashley, give her some time for her to harvest your emails and find out tell her what format you want them in. Do you want them just sent to you as an email, or where they're going to live on LibraryAware and those kinds of things. So there are some things that you need to look at and practice with. She did give you the hint to give it a shot, send it to your email, and even find out if you even like what it looks like. Because and she did show you had the three different options: what it looks like on a desktop, what it looks like on a phone and on a tablet. But if if that's not for you, then figure out what other way that your flyers are going to get out. And but with either product, you do have an option of saving as a PDF, and that's the way that it's saved, that it can't be changed by the next user. So you have some options. We want to thank you all for coming to spend the hour with us today. This month is the beginning of Tech Month, because Tech Week always falls over the last week of April into March for us. And so I've thrown into the chat the meeting IDs and the topics